Well, we knew we wanted to return like right away. I remember when we were shooting it, just having fun, and but we had no idea. And we made when we made that first movie, we had no idea if people would, take to it. We genuinely didn't, and so we knew we wanted to, but we didn't know we could until after the first one came out. And,
Yeah. I'm supposed to talk.
I don't know, you could just keep talking to them.
Well, it was here. I mean, it would have been basically Toronto. I mean, because getting it and suddenly realizing, oh, we might. People, I mean, it's just. I mean, I know. Having an audience reaction like we did last night, but we had the first time, and you sort of look at each other and go, "Oh, okay, this might work.
Maybe we got away with this."
Yeah. So yeah, but we had a kind of fantasy conversation, as one does while filming the first one, about maybe what would we do. It certainly wasn't this. I can tell you that.
It was scary, man. It was actually terrifying in a way that I've never actually, even with like writing the Star Wars movie, this was different in a scary way because once the first one was out there, and this happens with anything, it kind of becomes something outside of you. You kind of forget how you made it. It becomes this gilded thing that and so. But then it's like anything else. You dive in, and I think the fact that we're not interested in just kind of turning the crank and turning out the same thing again at all. And so the fact that we were going to be doing something totally different in so many ways, but it also has its own challenges and whole new cast and everything. It quickly just became diving into the next swimming pool.
I mean, I think my first thought, and maybe I even said it to Ryan, was people are so invested in this. If you fuck this up, you're going to take me down with you. No, I'll be blamed. So I think he really had to work on me. It's there are things you never totally lose as an actor from your early days, I think, which the fantasies of being in a great summer stock repertory company, I mean, everybody, all of us really genuinely do, I think, hold on to the romance of the idea of joining a troupe.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious that Ryan cultivates that feeling of a troupe. Which is always a wonderful invitation. It really is, irrespective of the specifics of the franchise or whatever. But then too, he's invigorating or reinvigorating that wonderful tradition of the serial mystery, the Poirot or Philip Marlowe. And I think Ryan and I met after he did Brick. And I think one of our first conversations was about noir and mystery films and how much we both love them. And I think and that's also just great fun to be a part of something that becomes its own little library is also fun. So these are all wonderful things. And then Ryan and Daniel and all the great people. But it's the best phone call in the world. It's like to just to get to fold into that company.
Oh, it was a dream role of a lifetime. I'd always said, if Ryan Johnson ever calls me to do something, it's a yes. And then I read the script and it was a fuck yes. Like, seriously, murder mystery, noir, all of that is right up my alley. I literally host murder mystery parties at my house, okay, and dress up for fun. So to be able to like bring that level of playfulness into something that, has something to say without beating it over the head. Like within that world, I got a chance to just learn so much from Daniel and Edward and Ryan. And I think you said it, Edward. Ryan has cultivated just like a culture of family. Like it felt like we were just theater kids having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like going through this lifegasm together. It was honestly the moments that we were not filming that filming was incredible. You know what I mean? But it was the connections that we made outside of filming that really, really will last with us, I think, forever.
This
Here you go,
this
Sal.
hotel, it was ours basically because there's very few other people in there. So we had the top floor of this place, which was the one we just everybody. We played this game. Everybody played this game. They came out. I don't remember much about it. I'd have to tell you the truth. I mean, I had a lot of fun, but I couldn't tell you how to play the game if you couldn't put a gun to my head. So, but it was got a lot of fun. And Janelle would dress up. She somehow deliberately brought costumes.
This is roll out of bed casual for Janelle, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, yes. Yeah. I'm just the fun of playing those games, and also that how serious everybody took it. For me, was just made me, and I kind of would my sort of my game plan was always just look like the bad guy all the time. Just be. I mean, I'm sure that's what everybody was doing, but I just was laughing. We just laughed.
Kate Hudson took that game very seriously. Very seriously. I mean, yeah.
And they were like arguing about the rules with
Oh.
me. It was like,
Kate-
they had their own thing.
And Kate and her husband when they would accuse each other, I was like, it felt like Who's Afraid of Virginia? Yeah, but it felt like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf a few times in there. I was like, maybe we should not have spouses in this game.
After the experience we had here with Knives Out, I've literally been like a kid waiting for Christmas morning, waiting for last night, waiting for that crowd in that theater to see this movie, and it's just so much fun. And this festival, you know, the cool thing about it is how you can really see how the festival lives and breathes in the city, and it's reflected in the crowds. It's not an industry crowd. It's not like no one's sitting on their hands with their arms folded. Everybody is there
That's quite hard to do.
hoping for a good time to watch a movie.
Sitting
You
on
know?
your hands with your arms folded.
Huh? I
Well,
can
it's
do it.
quite-
I thought you were.
That's what
I
I
thought
mean,
you were a
no,
good
I
actor.
mean,
Come on, let's see.
Oh, you've done it. Look at that.
I do mixed metaphors sometimes, just
all right.
like Blanc.
No worries. It's a safe space.
It's a lot of me and Blanc. Yeah, but it was an absolute blast, and I just hope we get to keep making these, and I hope we always get to keep bringing them here.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.